Episode 9 is to be positive. So this one is so important because it's easy for us to be negative. It's easy for us to point the fingers. It's easy for us to blame other people. It's easy for us to criticize. We can have an opinion about everything, everybody, what everybody else is doing. But it is important that we are positive because we have what we say. And so we want to make sure that we're looking at things, looking at the best of things, looking at things in the positive light. Of course, things are not perfect, but there's still good in everything. So we just need to look for the things that are positive. We can look for opportunities to be positive, to say something nice, to be kind to people, to help other people, kind of take the focus off us. I believe also in reading things that are positive, reading things that are inspirational, listen to things that are inspirational, reading things that are reading things that are inspirational. And I believe that the more good we put inside of ourselves, the more good will come out. So we got to make sure that we're cognizant of what we're listening to, who we're watching. Like when I think about it, I think about reality shows and Law and Order and all these different things that have the blood and the guts and all that. And we just got to make sure that if we're watching these things, that we're replacing them with things that are, or filling ourselves with things that are positive, that are uplifting, encouraging, because those things affect us. If we take those things in continuously, they will affect us. So always look for ways to be positive, no matter what, no matter how we feel. We need to be positive. We need to be thinking positive. And I always think about writing things down for a week, every single week, or for 1 week. Write down all your thoughts for 1 week. And if you find that you have all your thoughts are negative, you're holding on to, you're harboring unforgiveness, or you're harboring resentment, or you're harboring something that's negative, hatred for somebody else, that you can really see where you are when you journal it for a week. If you journal your thoughts for a week, you can see, okay, what am I mostly thinking about? Is it mostly positive? Is it mostly negative? And so if it's mostly negative, take some time to really think about every single day about being grateful. Every single day you start thinking about, okay, how can I serve somebody else? How can I add value? How can I help somebody else? And it's nothing like volunteering to see how good you have it. It's nothing like volunteering to see how it makes you feel good, but you're helping somebody else. You're serving somebody else. You're adding value to somebody else. Maybe it's sharing something sharing your story, sharing what you know, sharing what you've learned to help somebody else make their life better. But being positive is so important. It takes your mind off of things that are negative. Of course, we all can complain. We all have something that we don't in our lives that we don't like. We all have people that we not that crazy about. We all can talk about that. But what we talk about, it directs our lives. We have what we say. So if we're constantly complaining, constantly talking about other people, constantly, have some negative to say, constantly leaving negative comments on people's videos, constantly doing all these different things, we criticize, we're blaming, it's always somebody else's fault. If we're constantly doing that, we always point the fingers, it takes our attention off of things that are positive. It takes us away from the direction that we want to go, which is in a good direction of things that we want, things that we're working towards, our dreams, our hopes, our goals. It takes our focus. If we're negative, we can't be focused on two things at the same time. So we got to make sure that we're focused on something that's good, something that's positive, and seeing the best in people, seeing the best in a situation. No matter how bad the situation is, we can still say, I have breath in my body. I got 2 feet, 2 legs, 2 arms, people that I love, people that, that have brought joy in my life, people that are funny, that, there's all different things to be grateful for. There's so many things to be grateful for. And that being positive, it helps you, it helps people around you, because nobody wants to be around a negative Nancy. And if you do, it's short-lived, right? You quickly realize that people who are negative suck the air out the room. So you want to make sure that you're positive so you can attract people that are positive. Because if you're negative, you're going to attract more negative people. So you want to be positive so you can attract people that are positive in your life. And it just makes your life better. It makes the people around you better, your family, your children, your spouse. If you're positive, people look forward to seeing you. They can't wait to see you coming because they know you're going to make their life better. They know you're going to make things brighter. They know they're going to see the light that's shining inside of you. They're going to see hope. They're going to see joy. They're going to see happiness. They're going to see love. But if you're negative, they don't see that. They running because they know you're going to suck the air out the room, and they're going to feel down when you leave. They're going to be depressed. They're going to be sad. No. We got to make sure we're positive every single day. We got to make a commitment. It's work, right? It's no work to be negative. It requires no energy, but we want to make sure we're focused every single day on being positive. And it is work. We got to make a commitment. That's why I say read things that are positive. Listen to things that are positive, inspirational, because the more you put in, more that you put in, the more you get out. So just be positive today.